Why don't we look back at a film that was very early into Hugh Jackman's career, and I'm gonna be honest and say yes, this is pretty early into his career. This is a film that came after he did X-Men.
Come on, buddy, this isn't gonna be worth it. I know what you are.
You lost your money. You keep this up, you lose something else.
Come on, buddy.
Look out!
He immediately got into work on this one.
Who the hell are you?
Friend of a friend.
Shit.
Oh, fuck.
The following year, and it came out the following year. Swordfish. What was this about? Well, Stanley Jobson is an ex-con and computer hacker who was recruited into a bank robbery conspiracy. I'll be honest and say, yes, I think we've talked about films with John Travolta. We we looked at Battlefield Earth. Actually, no, wait. I think we looked at Battlefield Earth. I think, or maybe we didn't. I discussed it a long time ago, so it's when it came to me talking about on the Lasseter or this, it's the two things sometimes coincided, because I reviewed tons of movies for Lasseter, even though at times I barely even used clips because those got taken down. I had to because copyright, and frankly I can just do that myself now. Ting. So one thing that I've noticed out a lot of times when it comes to films with John Travolta is that yes, even when it's a film that that might not be well received, he's always seems to be having a lot of fun. At the beginning of the film when he's talking about hey, movies don't work anymore. They aren't good anymore. I'm just
For existentialism through a haze of bong smoke or something. No, it's easy to pick apart bad acting, short-sighted directing, and the purely moronic stringing together of words that many of the studios term as prose. No, I'm talking about the lack of realism. Realism. Not a pervasive element in today's modern American cinematic vision.
Dude. You might want to hold your tongue because based on this film, and yeah, I gotta say things that make this film work though is in that anyway, yes, the film is about they're trying to hack computers and also at the same time do a bank robbery, and whether it's moments going through the banks, not banks, but holding folks hostage. There's even a sequence where folks have bombs strapped into themselves, and I do wonder. No, I was gonna say that was this affected by September, but then I realized no, that hadn't happened yet. So and I can see there's some moments where I just say, what in the heck? Because the character of Stanley, he's trying to go see his daughter again, because his wife, his ex-wife, she's basically banging a adult film director and all that, and I gotta say, once Hugh Gabriel Shear, played by John Travolta, basically say, hey, I can help you get back, your daughter back to you and all that stuff. So he does is say, okay, now you're going to be a hacker for me. And I gotta say, the moment in which he's given a test to say, "Hey, can do it pretty quick," is in that a girl is she's going down on him, and at the same time they have a gun to his head. I'm just like say,
Oh, she's good, isn't she?
wait, what? What? Because I finally say, okay, like, two things are either going to happen first. Either he's going to explode, or... Ugh. I'm sorry for making that dirty. I just want to... Well, at the same time, like, I'm sure for some folks, probably, maybe that's a good end.
2, 1. Too bad, you gotta die.
No, wait!
I was just fucking with you, Stan.
Oh, God. But eventually, he's able to, like, beat the test and all that stuff. And I gotta say, like, even though, like, this is early in Jackman's career, can we all admit that he looked really good even back then? I mean, even now, it's like, say... And when it's happening is like say all the like say both Gabrielle Sure and Ginger and also Stanley, they basically say, okay, you're into the phone now, Stan, the man. Like, let's look at the layout and all that. And basically they say, okay, here's how we're gonna do things. We are going to set up the situation so then that things can be taken care of. And once Stan basically is given some money, he's able to reconnect with his daughter and all that. And at the same time, like, the fact that he doesn't bump into his ex-wife or like say the stepfather. And I'm just trying to think, like, say, okay, in a way, I'm glad like they didn't decide to do that. At the same time, it's just like say, maybe it's like say, okay, we don't want to have dramaticism on that angle because we had to have the dramaticism when like he's like doing the wrong things and like he and all that. And then like after he sees his daughter, he ends up getting chased by agents, like brothers. Don Cheadle, like FBI agent J.T. Roberts, played by John Cheadle, and I do think it's hilarious. Like, say when they're both like, "Oh, rolling down a hill." Oh, fuck. And land into a beach. And like, there's like, why did you run? Why would you do that? And all that. And after that, we get some, like, Stan's like basically trying to like figure like, okay, like I need to get all my practice, like all the little like, hacking back into action, for the big job, and. I gotta say, like, when we get to those big moments of the, actually, before we get into action, we have some moments, like, say, when, Gabriel, basically, he's, like, telling all the secrets, like, say, hey, what's gonna happen, and all that. There's even a moment where he uses a rocket launcher, and all that, and it's, like...
car.
Well, I'm not going anywhere until you tell me what I'm involved in.
Okay, like, I may be a hacker, but I'm not like that. And, I, well, I mean, like, yes, I'm gonna say it. Judge Travolta does a great job. He's over the top. So gosh darn over the top. That is like, say, he's just breaking the ceiling. Or no, he's breaking. He's just like smashing it. And when, like, they have the moment where, like, say, okay, they're gonna have the heist, and at first it's like, say, holy cow, like, could they get away with this stuff? Could they get away? And Stan, basically, he tries to stop it by, like, say, okay, we're about to get the money. And then basically he just, like, after, like, he's gotten some money too. He basically connects it to another place, and he has to have a bit of time to, like, redirect it to where they want to go, take it to, which is in Monte Carlo. And the most outrageous thing of this film is they end up picking, having a helicopter pick up a bus full of folks, and I gotta say, like, say yes, even though, like, like, eventually, like, I think Fast and Furious had came out, or maybe it hadn't yet, but the fact that they would do something similar to what they would eventually do, like, it's not totally similar, but the idea is similar, like, they are, like, using a vehicle to, land another vehicle and all that stuff.
Attention control, this has now become an aerial pursuit.
And, we're basically given a bit of the twist in that, like, say, hey, at one point Stan had found a body, like a dead body, and basically we feel like, say, oh shoot, like, everything, like, there's a sequence where, like, Stan shoots a rocket launcher to bring Gabrielle down, and after it seems Stan and his daughter are going on a cross country trip, and I get it when eventually both Ginger and Gabrielle are on a boat in Monte Carlo. And I'm gonna say, like, say at first, like, they have this little dinky thing, but then they go to a yacht, and I'm just like, say, okay, so that's all the money. That's all the money that you had used. And yeah, and then kaboom. I'm gonna say, like, one thing that, like, say, yes, the director for this film, he's done quite a lot of other films over the years. I think the last film he did was a film with Nicholas. So, yeah, the editing style, at times it seems a bit like a music video. Like, not, like, say, the dancing kind of music is, but the hyper, like, active editing kind of one. I mean, yeah, I mean, have you seen this? I bet you have. Or maybe not. I'll see you next time.